And we live.
Hey.
And we live.
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 Hey.
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 Ooh.
Yo.
Ooh. It's a vibe.
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 It's a
shed a light.
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 Hey.
Hey. Cause we
some
survive. We some vibes.
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 We some
So
vibes.
shed a light.
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 Hey.
Hey. Cause we some vibes. Shed a light today. Hey.
Shed a light today.
Hey.
Yeah.
Shed a light.
Shed a. Shed a.
What
Come
you
on.
got for 'em, B?
Man, last night was real wild.
Wow.
Had the PSY gang coming in here on freestyles.
Ooh.
We got another freestyle too out this other boy. He wasn't even much in no group.
No.
And then we had Dun Dollar.
Mm-hmm.
He came through. He from the Gump Town, Montgomery. What it do?
334.
It was live and direct, and after that, we hit Studio Life at the Dog. That was next. Pookie came through. Shout out to
babe?
Pookie. She was chilling.
Yeah.
Ralph had all the little chilling in the building.
Ooh.
Y'all tune in and go and tell a friend. Sundays at 3 p.m. You know we get it in, cause it's a
vibe.
It's a vibe.
It's a vibe.
It's
Go,
a vibe.
Hey,
Go.
shed a light.
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 Hey.
Hey.
Yeah.
Cause we some vibe.
Hey, shed a light today.
Hey.
Hey, shed a light today.
Hey.
Hey, shed a light. Let me share it while I'm saying it. I ain't even sure. I forgot I was on Facebook. I'm back on Facebook. I'm back and finna be off again.
Okay.
I can't be staying on there too long. That ain't my vibe.
I'm already here.
I be
I
wanna.
thought you was gonna stay on
I
until
got on there 'cause
after your
Carnell.
birthday.
I don't think I could do it because I be wanting to say, you know how you be wanting to say stuff and then it's like, you know, I can't say
I
this.
think you need to stay on till your birthday.
Why you think so?
Cause
suggestion is
let
this?
your Facebook friends tell you.
I ain't
you
got no
happy
Facebook
birthday.
friends. What you talking
Okay, y'all, I'm finna log out. Y'all go to Smash Rose
Hold on,
Radio on Facebook, on YouTube, and tune in to the Issa Vibe Show with Free
It didn't come up on my
And
thing. You live free?
and our special guest Tyrone Caver.
Hey, I don't
Happy
see
free.
it. Unless that's just my phone. Yeah, that's my phone because it ain't doing nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You live. I mean, you shared a live.
Not yet. I was on my own live. Remember?
Oh, I'm saying did it come up on your thing?
I'm logging out. Hold up.
I ain't see it. I don't see it. I ain't see it.
Yeah, we
I
live.
don't see it. I don't see
Yeah,
it.
we
I
live.
don't see it. I don't see it. I ain't see it. I don't see it.
And we live.
I ain't see it.
And
I
we
don't
live.
see it. I ain't see
And
it.
we live.
I don't see it. I ain't see it. I don't see
it. Welcome to the Survive Show, episode 77. I'm Free.
I'm B.
And today's topic is what's the plan, man? We
What's
got a
the plan,
special
man?
guest in the building.
For sure.
Hold up.
Very, very.
Y'all know I don't never be on time when it comes to this. Hold up.
What?
What is that, B?
Woo!
Yeah.
The 7-1.
I'm there.
Nah, that ain't me.
Hold up. How it's gonna be?
We got the strategic. We have the honorable.
Okay.
We have the intellectual.
I ain't got it.
We have the resourceful.
Okay.
We have the the person who is going to get you out of a lot of legal trouble and can get you into some legal trouble in the right way and help you get everything figured out on these books and get that paperwork right. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Mr. Tyrone Caver.
I appreciate it.
On the It's a Vibe show.
I'm only on Smash Bros. Right
How you feeling today?
I'm feeling great. I just broke my fast, so it's Ramadan for the Muslims.
Right.
So I just broke my fast for you ladies, so we can feel free and talk about why we want to talk.
Wow.
Okay. You broke it for
Special.
us?
Oh, of course. Yeah, the black woman is special, no doubt.
Oh,
Goodness,
wow.
I feel like a goddess.
Yeah, you are.
You are. Yeah.
You break a fast for me?
Look, that's major.
Thank you. That's really major.
Everybody come through here and they give us sweatshirts and they give us stuff, but nobody's ever broke a
They
fast.
never broke a fast. That's the first. I mean, we've had a live saxophone.
Saxophone.
Yeah.
We had that, and then but a fast break.
That's honorable.
Yeah,
Appreciate that.
thank
Appreciate
you.
it. Because
Appreciate y'all ladies.
you definitely needed to be here because like I said, this came along. The topic came along because what time we at? Okay, we pretty much good.
Yeah.
So the topic came along. What's the plan, man? Because I see you posting and you got all of this information, and it's like information overload. But then people don't want to pay and they don't want to get down to things the way they should.
Right.
So we gotta have a plan, man. So and he's laying it out and he's setting everybody up for success, you know what I mean, for longevity. And it ain't just about that momentarily, thing. Like, you got to make sure it's that longevity. So he has all of the keys to that longevity and that success and what you need to do with your business and everything else. So we had to get you in the building today.
I appreciate it.
Thank you for coming
Thank
through.
you.
No
Thank
doubt.
you.
All
Thank you.
right.
My honor.
So first things first, tell the people a little about who Mr. Caver is.
Tyrone Caver, he's from Birmingham, Alabama. Specifically from the north side, Drury.
No.
Really?
No doubt. I went through my life journeys, penitentiary to being here on the streets now. And so basically, all right, it's cool. But basically, I had people along my way who helped me out.
Right.
And a lot of people helped invest a lot of time in me. From my brothers from the penitentiary, to brothers and mentors here on the streets.
Right.
So what I do in return is, accept that type of energy and reciprocate it for putting it back out.
That's right.
Yeah, want to put it back out. And so there's a lot of things when I start going into different businesses or even trying to get started. And I was doing all the proper things for starting the business, but what I didn't actually have was the information on how to make that business last for a long time.
Right on.
Exactly. And so the mindset that a lot of blacks, and not all, but a lot of black, white people, and a lot of people, we have this misconception of, if I started a business and that business is doing good right now, I can possibly be making millions right now.
Right.
We think that business will last.
Oh, no. We got to up the ante.
Exactly. Because when you die, that business died with you.
Right.
Unless you have a proper structure for it. Yeah. So that's what I started getting off into. The structuring these things. And like I said, I'm gonna touch on this brief. My Muslim brothers in the penitentiary, there was some brilliant brothers. Because I had one brother who knew real estate, other brothers who knew law, other brothers who knew business.
Right.
And so what I used to do was walk around what you call the track in the state penitentiary. And each one of those brothers would spend a day with me, pulling off the knowledge they had off to me about what they knew. And also giving me the wisdom and understanding along with it. So at that time, I was like the youngest brother running with these brothers, like a group of 50-some brothers. And I was the youngest, and these brothers already had been doing time like 10, 15, 20, even 30 years.
Editing now.
Yeah, so a lot of them didn't have any hopes of coming back to the streets. And the only way they was going to live through the streets was through me.
Right.
Yeah, and so everybody was pouring in to me, and I did this like 6 years, 8 months, day for day. Yeah, and so I was able to benefit.
That's what's up. I mean, because a lot of people don't have mentors to help shape them to where they need to be.
Right.
So by you being in that environment, it was a good you know, because it can be a catch-22 anytime you go to prison.
Exactly.
You can go down, because I got a nephew. He didn't do too good. He's still there. But you turned it around for your good.
That's right.
So by you having mentors there, having the right people around you, even in a negative situation, was very beneficial for you. So shout out to them and shout out to you. for opening up your mind to be receptive for that.
Yeah.
So speaking of that, speaking of being behind bars, it's a lot of guys that been they've been going behind the bars because they ain't paying any child support, and it's a lot of girls, they just throwing the guys on there, and it's not even it's not even logical at sometimes because it's more of emotion, and so we need to get into this. Like, you've been telling the brothers how they can beat this child support. I want to know about this because I need you to turn it the other way for me. I need to put something now.
This process was easy to be able to not.
So how can a brother beat the child support system?
Well, actually, beating the child support system. First of all, I have to speak about how I gathered this information.
Okay.
Like I was telling y'all about my Muslim brothers in the penitentiary. I had a brother. This brother was very defiant. He's fiery. He had an attitude. But
like Avery.
Yeah. But he used to be calm every time. Every time him get around, he'd calm down.
Yeah.
And like I was getting information from each and every one of them. Okay. But this brother particularly always used to talk about child support. And I used to talk to him. I'm like, what you up to, Aki? Aki mean brother. And I'm like, what you up to? And he was like, man, I'm trying to do this case for my nephew. I'm trying to do this case for my cousin. So I knew he was into the law school. So I'm like, what you doing the case on? He was like, I'm dealing with child support. So what about child support? Because I never had the mindset that you can beat that at all.
Right.
And we all think the same way.
Right.
Exactly.
And so he was basically showing me how what child support was doing. He was basically showing me how it was a crime, and it was a criminal offense towards guys like us and the other guys who may be put in a position with a baby mother where they're doing good, but if that baby mother has some type of conflict of interest being mad at you,
that emotion,
emotion, to sum it all up.
Yeah.
And so basically, when you got that type of a person operating with you on co-parenting with a child, it can be very detrimental. It can be very bad for the whole environment, you and the mother and the child. And so once I seen what he was doing, and I actually seen him beat his first case. He had a cousin who owed like $50,000 in arrears. Yeah, he got it cleaned all the way like to zero in his account.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and so that right there intrigued me. And so for more, without me even trying to ask, he always used to talk to me about it every time. Like I said, I had a 15-year sentence in the state penitentiary. I did 6 years, 8 months, day for day. So, and then I went in at 17 years old. And so basically, this during the time when I'm kicked out of high school. I was going to Phillips High School.
Shout out to them Red Raiders, baby.
I was going to Phillips High School, and I got kicked out closer to the 10th grade. I ended up going to the penitentiary. And there I would pick up my education. But yet I would get a whole different type of education.
Right.
So with child support, I started learning the due process laws about it. I started seeing what they was doing. A lot of sneaky stuff, to the man, as far as being put on child support.
Right.
And what I peeped out was that we was actually having creditors locking us up, making civil matters, turning them to criminal. Yeah, because child support is on the debt collectors. That's it. But in our mindset, when we step inside of a courtroom and you see a so-called judge and you think a so-called DA, they're neither one of that.
Right.
It's a temporary judge. A temporary judge cannot give you no type of time by law. Can't give you no type of time. Also, the DA situation, the magistrate lady who may be over the child support with the social worker, she can't do the same thing either, not at all. So what they were doing, they was taking a civil act and making it malicious. And so by it making so much money that it's overlooked. It's overlooked not so much by the law itself. It's just that if you don't know nothing about it,
right,
we won't say nothing to you at all. It's sort of like what the government used to do about telling you got free money. And remember, those commercials used to come on at what time? 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, everybody sleep.
Yeah.
So they did their due diligence on telling you about it, as they would say.
You just went in the position.
Exactly.
I got this.
Exactly. And that's what's going on dealing with child support. Okay. And and let everybody know about the child support. Probably about another month or so, I'll have pamphlets.
Okay.
I'm gonna have child support pamphlets, and the old pamphlets will instruct you on how you need to go about getting your case.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, but then I don't want you to give too much because I know they got to pay for it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Of course. I'm gonna tell you this right here though.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna say this before I even say that. One thing about it, and for you listeners, you either gonna pay for a lack of knowledge or you gonna pay for more information.
That's right.
You make the decision.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you pay for that lack of knowledge, they come the hard way, baby. All right.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's gonna come the hard way. So the next thing is life insurance. All right.
Yeah, no doubt.
And this is so tricky because you have people. A lot of people don't be knowing about whole. They don't know about term. They don't know that like certain policies get to a certain age. You gotta change them and flip them and do certain things like that. So how can we win with life insurance?
Well, actually, the only way you're going to win in life insurance, in the way you just put it, we need whole life insurance.
Okay.
No term.
Right.
No term. Whole life insurance is a vehicle we can continue to drive after you're dead and gone. So, for example, dealing with whole life insurance, you want to know, you want to check with your insurance agent that see that you have a cash value policy.
Okay.
A cash value policy. And basically, this cash value policy can be used while you're living.
Mm-hmm.
Usually, when we talk about life insurance, especially to black people, when I talk to them about life insurance, the first thing come to mind is death.
Right.
When it implies what it is, life insurance.
Right.
So you have a lot of other people living off life insurance. And so what intrigued me about the whole life insurance, Muslim brother again.
Yeah.
I had another brother who dealt with insurance. So he used to always be trying to break down insurance to me. And he was the one I used to least kind of, I won't say not listen to, but I wasn't into what he was talking about.
Right.
And but come to find out, the least one that I expected.
That's who gave you what you need.
That's just
right.
who gave me what I need. Because once he gave me that information, then I took it. I started researching myself. I have this thing I love to do for myself. I love to study. I love to read. I read.
We can tell.
Yeah, I read every day.
What's your sign?
Pisces.
Okay.
I just had a birthday, y'all.
Happy belated.
Thank you. And so basically, when I gathered this information I was getting about whole life insurance and not to piggyback a little bit with child support as well,
right.
I got this information from my people. Because we're the only one left outside the door, don't know what's going on in the inside.
True.
When like dealing with whole life insurance, I never knew. I used to think that I'd make $1 million. Well, I will put it on $1,000. I make $1,000. I used to think I used to have to take that $1,000 and go double it until it started flipping and flipping and flipping.
Right.
And that's an old way of thinking with money.
Okay.
So we got like a dinosaur way of thinking with business. But whole life insurance pay for everything. People like Elon Musk, Warren Buffett, they had like billions and billions in their whole life insurance. And the reason why, because this vehicle is so perfect, whereas I get a $100,000 policy, for example. I can, inside this $100,000 policy, I got a cash value policy. The premium that I'm paying to this $100,000 policy, some of it go to the policy itself, and the rest of it go to my cash value. That cash value is collateralized with my death benefit, whereas the insurance company themselves will give me anything I need if I want to get something from that $100,000 policy I had.
Okay.
So basically, what's the benefits of this alone is that inside of traditional banking, and by the way, I don't do traditional banking.
Okay.
I deal with it to an extent. For example, I only use them for transactions.
Okay.
Transactions. And the reason why, because think about this. You have, and when I talk about traditional banking, I'm talking about brick and mortar, where they be different type of banks. But they only give you 1% for your money.
Yes, right.
Only 1%. Whereas dealing with whole life insurance, I'm earning right now at 5%. And I'm earning what you call compound interest, so it's steady doubling.
Oh, wow.
It's steady doubling.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't notice that when the banks receive your money, we're thinking that our money go inside some little slot or in the safe bank, though, the safe we be looking at.
Right.
But that's far from the truth. What they do with your money, they go invest it.
And you actually your money being put away. Yeah.
Exactly. They go invest, they go get real estate, they go everything they need to get, car lots. And the last thing they do with the money, they go put it inside what you call a whole life bank insurance. Yeah. So what I try to teach people what you can do is be the bank yourself, own your own personal bank. And that concept is called infinite banking. Yeah. Infinite banking allows you to move in so many avenues, such as like the podcast,
Right.
where you may came out your pocket or your paycheck to get the podcast, but instead the insurance company like, no, you chill. I'll buy the podcast. Don't worry about that. I'll buy the mics. I'll buy the monitors, things of this nature. And what's so good about whole life insurance, by you not disrupting that $100,000 policy, it builds what you call compound interest. And like I said before, the insurance company itself, which is the second bag you got, because the first bag is your policy.
Right.
The second bag you got is from the insurance company. Imagine someone saying, you need to borrow some money. You tell them, yeah. So how much you need? You say, well, I need $20,000. To be honest with you, to settle my situation, I need $20,000. It's okay, come get it. They give you the $20,000. Then you get the $20,000 back after you doing what you're doing. You like, hey, you call the insurance company. You say, hey, or you call that person. You say, hey, I got your money back, man. When you come to get your money, they're like, whenever you want to get it to me. And not on top of that, you say, well, I'm gonna come by next week. I probably got like $19,000 of it. That's cool. You can give me $1 if you want to. And you can pay me back when you get ready. And you can pay me how much you want to pay me. So that's, these are the perks what whole life insurance does for you.
Right.
Whereas when I walk into a bank, something I didn't mention, when I walk into a bank, I have to sit down. They want to know my credit history, run a credit check. I want to see what type of business, what type of money flow I already got going.
What you ate yesterday.
Exactly. Only thing with my insurance company, all I got to do is make a call. The money there the next day.
Right.
Yeah, it's straight liquid.
So let me ask you about, you still doing the houses, right?
Of course.
Okay, so give us a little rundown about that. I wanna, cause I went to real estate class, right? And I told you that before then, and I got pregnant. So I thought I was on my way to greatness, and then I got, and so I didn't finish. I finished the class, but I didn't go take my state exam.
Right.
And so when I got in there, and that's what I want you to go over, because it was like I got in there. My intention was, I said, I'm gonna come in here. I'm coming to flip house. I just want to have access to the MLS and see what they got there. That's all I wanted to do. And lady, as soon as we walked in there, she said, if you're in here and you want to flip houses, you might as well leave back out the door. And I came to do that. So I was thinking to myself, like, dang, my intentions ain't right. So I thought about that like early on, and I said I came to flip houses, and that was like my main agenda, but I never got back around to getting into anything like that. So I want you to give people a little insight on how you doing it, like what do you do, give me the name of the business and everything else with the houses.
All right, with the houses, my houses that I do, I have a partner. We also have a company which is Premier Impressions LLC. And dealing with Premier Impressions, it only deal with houses. This company here. And so basically, how I got hooked on dealing with the houses, one of my Muslim brothers again. This brother y'all may be familiar with, named A.V. Shabazz.
Yeah. Well, we see him on. I seen him. I think I seen him on your page.
Right.
Yeah.
So basically, I was hooked up with A.V. Shabazz, and he was teaching classes, the old real estate classes you're talking about. Actually, the type of real estate that I was dealing with, running from him, is tax delinquent properties. Okay. And so, dealing with tax delinquent properties, coming from AV, man, we learned about everything. And my whole concept was the same thing as yours, coming in and flipping. And you probably didn't get a chance to get back to it, because sometimes you can let people kill your spirit. Right. Because you may know more than what she knew. Yeah.
I was killing the class too, because I had got my books ahead of time, and I was like going over here. I still got my books in the trunk.
Exactly, because one thing about real estate, it's all about strategies. I can tell you about my strategy, but as you learn more in your real estate, you'll build your own strategy. Right. So you have a lot of people who are trying to be like I like to call them gatekeepers. When you got to do it this way, you're supposed to do it this way. No. That's not your strategy. Right. The only thing you want to do is learn the information on how I go about doing it. Once you learn that information, then you get a chance of what we call tweaking it. Right. Start adding on
Make
stuff.
It your own.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And basically that's what I did coming out of E2 Solutions. That's AV.
Shout out to AV.
No doubt. And so basically this is what it taught me. It taught me a lot about real estate that I thought I knew. And it also showed me a lot about real estate that other people who claim to be in it didn't know. So what I was able to do, I was able to go through those classes with their brother. And once I graduated the classes with their brother, the fast forward, now I have 13 houses. With me and my partner have 13 houses.
I know.
Yeah, and so I have dealt with more than that for as flipping and things of that nature. Because there's so many ways you can go. You know, you can do assignments where you can do a contract. That means, if, for example, you may have somebody who want to sell a house. You may know somebody who want to buy a house. You know, you the middleman. You know, so what you will do a contract with the person who's with the seller who's selling the house, and you let them know, you jot this down like, okay, you want this much for this house. All right, and then once you let them know how much, they let you know how much they want for the house, you may add on your fee finding this house.
Right.
But anyway, you going through with the seller and you connect them, and make a long story short, you make your money and they make theirs. Then now there's another way I also used to do, is whereas when I receive the houses from the state, because the state of Alabama charge everybody property tax, whether it's a building, a house, or land. And so basically what they would do, once you go through the process of filing with the state, things of that nature, to get these properties, what they would do, they would send you what you call a quote. On this quote, it would tell you, you know, how many bedrooms the house is, how much it costs, who was the previous owner, the owner before you. And so at the end of this page on the right hand corner, they might say, well, we want $2,000. This may be $100,000 house. So you have plenty of options. At the time when I was doing it, you had 21 days to make a decision on what you're gonna do. Right. I don't care how much money you got. Nobody can jump in front of you until your 21 days is up. You know, and this is the old law, by the way, too. Because the new law now, you only got 10 days. But you know, I can get off into that deep because that's about hedge fund companies, and then they try to cut people who like you and now, they try to cut us out now.
Come on now.
Because it was too many of us doing it.
And we learning.
Exactly, learning.
Exactly. Yeah.
And we have a natural act for learning black people. That's why, in different type of education formats in school, I'm kind of against, because we all learn differently. Right. Just because my child won't read doesn't mean that he's slow or that he need to be in special ed.
Oh, I'm glad you said that. Yeah, I was getting worried. No,
exactly, because everybody have their own time. Right. Until they come into fruition on who they gonna be.
My baby's 6 and she wake up every day with an excuse trying not to go to school. But she a smart girl, but she says she don't like school.
But I can understand it, and I'm gonna tell you why I understand it. This is not an excuse. You know, you're gonna do the mother part as far as the discipline, things of that nature, and I understand it. I was raised the same way, but you got to think about school now. School is so boring, and I'm gonna tell you why it's boring.
That's what she said.
Because they are learning the same curriculums you and I learned. Yeah. I'm learning the same curriculums that my mom and my granddad and them learned. Yeah. We're still learning about spot, jump over dog, and all this, and 6 plus 6 is, you know, it's 12, you know, and we all the way in the 5th grade learning this. And this stuff we supposed to be learning in kindergarten. And then at the same time, they really did a disgrace to our young kids in school. They took away the trades, such as, whether it be upholstery, mechanics, things, exactly, home makes all this type of stuff. So basically, now these kids are left here to sit down, listen to a teacher who was very bored. The teacher in her phone on Facebook. Yeah. She's part of the new social economic, social media. Right. Exactly. So at the same time, when your child is feeding off energy, and at that moment for those 8 hours, they supposed to be feeding off the energy was supposed to be building them mentally. Right. So you can't get mad at a child when they keep saying the same thing they see on Facebook with the teacher. I think about this, how our public schools are. Our public schools are. They're no good in certain ways, because education is more important. It's very important. But how you are being educated, that's what we need to focus on. So I can go deep into that.
Self-education. Yeah, then it's so crazy that you said it. Like we learning the same stuff. You learn the same stuff. The same stuff, and the world steadily changing. The world steadily changing. You know what I mean? This stuff that we ain't even on this stuff no more, and they have not incorporated none in this curriculum. It was like that in college. Like every year, I was going to a new. I was a sophomore, I was junior, and I was going and getting the same, but the books will have a new cover, but it'll be the same. But these books like $300, $400, $500. They was criminal justice books, and they was like the same information. They just changed the book cover, and I'm like, man, they getting away with this. And I used to try to say, I couldn't wait to go to Snooze to sell them books, baby. Like, come on, man.
It's pretty deep, Think about this. We had a an entrepreneur, a business owner, a multi-billionaire, which is J.D. Rockefeller. He said he do not want a nation full of thinkers, but workers.
Yeah.
This is the same guy who created our public school education. For him to say that is a contradiction to your daughter becoming successful. Because it's not meant for her to be successful. It's meant for her to be a laborer, a worker. Now that we're moving into a whole different type of revolution of the workforce labor, because the workforce labor is finna die out. Automotive and robotics finna kill that. Yeah. So if we're still being taught the same stuff, how do our children react when they get out here in society? When they go get the job you told them to go get, or when they're trying their best to fill out different applications but nobody haven't called yet. What do you tell your child then? And that's pretty deep, because it's a hurting feeling when you can't do nothing for your child. So,
and you go do all that schooling, because I ain't in my degree field. It's like,
I think it all too depends on the parent. Because how you what's her name? Court. She see you moving outside of working where you work. She see you doing something other than.
Exactly.
So I think it comes to what they see in their parent.
Exactly.
And just like I was saying before we got on air, who you know doing it.
Exactly.
It just depends on who you surrounded by. Like when you was in prison, who you were surrounded by shaped you for. They basically rehabilitated you. They didn't do it in prison. It was the people who you were connected to.
It was
so it depends on who you're connected to,
no doubt,
based off how the kids are gonna,
because she sure don't want to sit there. We be gone all day.
She be ready. Mama get the camera out. She finna have that water right there. She finna finish the tag off.
We don't never stop moving.
What's natural about that is because you want your daughter with that mindset.
Right.
Because mom is living real life.
Right.
According to classroom, they're only teaching her different sequences that we were taught to memorize.
Right.
It's all about memorizing in school.
Right.
Remember that, exactly. But to actually see someone educated doing something that they love, right now you the apple of your daughter's eye.
And it's so true though, y'all. Like I told you, I think I told you that on one of the shows I spoke at that Girl Life Unlimited with Kiana and Miss Farmer. And man, Courtney was in there like making me so proud. Every time they was asking little girls like, what y'all want to be and what y'all want to do? And everybody else wasn't saying like they mom, and Courtney was just like, I'm gonna go to Miles Cottage. They were like, why? She like, my mama went to Miles and this is it, 'cause my mama do this. And I was just like, I almost cried, but I'm like, you know what I mean? My baby, she definitely see me working. So
it's deep.
That's very important.
Right.
But
you go, B.
yeah, I think I'm a great mother.
You
know?
are. You
Yeah.
are.
I be trying. So this LLC and these EINs, they got people tied up. People don't understand it, and they be, trying to. They be telling people, hey, you can go get this with you. All you need is
$3. All you need is $3 in a plan. Go get an LLC. You gonna flip it and make $500,000.
Don't use your Social Security number. Get your EIN. Use that. Get that bag. Go
Flip this. Plug this in.
See all these calls. I got all these EIN.
And some baking soda.
And they selling it. So how can you structure this LLC to work for you and the EIN and the LLC? Tell us a little bit about that.
Basically, a lot of people I came in contact with business owners. When you ask them, do they got the LLCs and EIN numbers? They be so happy, and you should be happy that you have them. But the sad part about it, they don't know how to properly use them. And again, our people, our people be so enthused with, I got my EIN, I got my LLC, I got my business, so they think they're on their way.
Right.
When actually, for that EIN and that LLC to even last past your death, it's all about how you structure. Right. So we don't properly structure business. Earlier when we was talking, when I was saying, if you had $1 million business,
right,
when you die, that business die. Because what if you got a multi-million-dollar hair salon?
Mm-hmm.
What if your daughter don't want to do hair? When you die, that business gonna die.
Right.
Only thing she gonna reap from it is what she sold the business for and what she can get out of it. Right. If nobody don't take it from her.
Right.
So it's all about properly structuring. When it comes to EIN numbers, you can get that for free. So you don't have to have nobody, so you won't have nobody charge you. You can go to your IRS.gov.
Let me ask you something. With the EIN, do they kick that out? Do they kick that out after a particular time?
If you're not, sometimes in certain situations, I have seen where if you're not utilizing it,
Okay.
But the good thing about EIN numbers, they are free.
Yeah, it's free, right?
You can have 1 million of them. And so basically, with the dealing with the EIN number, it's a 9-digit code, just like your Social Security number. A lot of us don't know that EIN is a Social Security number for your business, but we don't know how to properly use it. So guess what? When we go in to do business, to go get that loan we want to get from the bank, first thing we do is jot down our John Hancock, who we are, and then we put our Social Security number. So what you're telling that bank, or what you're telling that lender, I would take the risk if this don't go right.
Right.
When in actuality, other companies and other people, what they do, instead of putting their Social Security number, you put EIN number.
But you gotta also know though, you gotta make sure your credit right, cause they gonna kind of touch on the credit all the way up until they can.
No, you don't need credit.
They
you
know
can just use your business credit, and then you can get
take your ass on that.
Now check this out. Now check this out. It's funny that you said that. Right. How about this for real? You don't need credit. Not at all.
It depends on.
It depends on how you move it. Remember, we're talking about structure.
Right.
See, when you start putting your name, your Social Security number, then they get into your personal business.
Right.
So, if for my people who are more familiar with net 30s account, things of this nature, when you do all these things, you want to do that in the EIN.
Right.
Because remember, the EIN is an artificial person.
Right.
Yeah. We got to treat it as such. Black people, we don't really think about that. Because when we think about business, for example, I'll use me. I don't own none of my business by per name saying Tyrone own that business.
Right.
Of course, I control it, but I don't own it. And that's what I teach my daughter and my son. It's all about owning nothing, controlling everything.
Okay.
So as far as probably being structured on how to go about these ways of going into the bank, or even going to trying to get your loan. The strategies I have come up with where you can cut the bank out your business. That's where it come back to the whole life insurance. See, where the bank won't let you borrow $50,000 to start at, you know who do.
Right.
It is your insurance company.
Okay.
They're gonna give it to you without a credit check. They're gonna give it to you without a business business proposal. No, the only thing they're gonna do is say yay. That's it, and run that check for you. So what we have to do and what we have to learn when pertaining to business is all about the structure. Because if I don't structure my business right, then I'm subject to going through getting turned down for a loan.
Right.
Then I'm subject going through getting taxed. The rich. I'm gonna be honest with you. Rich people don't pay tax because of how they structure their business.
Right.
See, we can be mad at Trump all we want to.
Shout out
but
to Trump.
Don't own nothing.
Right.
He don't own nothing, but he control it. And by law, he can do that.
Right.
Pertaining to dealing with EINs and LLCs. And by the way, your LLC, you'll go to your state of secretary. You can you shouldn't pay no more than $100. You know what I'm saying, for your LLCs. And when you're applying for your LLC, this is what I got going on. Like on my LLCs, my Social Security number, my name, none of that ain't on there. I got an EIN number in the place of that. So what I do, I let a corporation deal with a corporation. For example, when my bills come in from my house, whether it be water bill, light bill, those bills come in a whole different type of name, company name.
Right.
Because if I don't want to pay that $1,000 or $500 balance that Alabama Power throwing us all the time for some damn reason, excuse my language, is that if they want to tax me with that $500 and I don't decide to pay it, for example, what I would do, I would say, well, I'm not paying it. And when they put that, when they throw that debt on that company, that name, I let that company die. Because remember I told you, you can get an EIN on me when you get it ready.
Right.
You can create another LLC when you get it ready. And so it's nothing illegal that I'm telling you. I'm telling you how real business owners and other people operate in structure. That we always put our name up for everything.
Right.
And that's how we inherit debt.
Okay.
Yeah. And so when you get to a certain level in debt, now don't get me wrong about debt. I'm the type, I don't mind about debt. Because I use my debt to buy more assets. And that's another level. And so when I get a chance dealing with child support pamphlets, that would be the next thing I'll be coming out to. How to use your whole life insurance.
Okay, so you're gonna have, and how are we structuring this so what would you be called? You know, you got all this information. So like, you know what I mean? Like just saying, putting it all together, what would we address you as, or what is the main goal for you overall with giving this information and being able to help you people?
What I would be dressed as first are opportunities. Okay. I see opportunity and I take flight of it. If, for example, Ms. B can say, hey, Ty, check this out. Dealing with the water brand. You know, I got it booming right here, and I got it booming at Marino's, and I got it booming at Piggly Wiggly, and it's selling out the door. So I'm more of an opportunist where I ask you, I'll say, well, let me invest, because I'm finna go try to holler at Walmart, bigger places. You know, because I'm looking at it selling from Piggly Wiggly, and I'm looking at it selling from Marino's. I'm like, well, this can do way more numbers than that. Right. Cause it's doing good to be in there. Yeah. So I look at myself as an opportunist. The information that I gather, that I study and I research on, it's for the benefit of my people. To be honest with you, I don't care about making money from it, not at all. It's just a simple fact where I start charging a profit, and start making a profit and start charging for it, because I used to catch myself always talking on Facebook, or even talking just when I'm in the hood with some fellas.
That's right.
Giving them this information, and it's falling on deaf ears.
Right.
So now when these things, you start coming into this reality, so you want to change your life, whether you want to be a business owner, whether you're trying to get life insurance, whether you're trying to get some started for your life, instead of calling time and think you're going to keep me on the phone for a whole damn hour for free, how you going to pay for my time?
Right.
Comfort calls, $1 a minute.
Right.
Exactly. And I have those too.
Yeah.
I have a business service phone call hotline. And so basically, 30 minutes, $30. 10 minutes, $30. 15 minutes, I think 75, and 30 minutes, $150.
Yeah.
And what I do, I deal with the topics that we just got through talking about.
Right.
You know, and I try to give you some insight on that. And like I say, for the most part, my disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor,
exactly,
you know, or attorney. However, I do possess I possess a certain type of skill.
That's right.
Where it allows me to get this information freely.
Skill set. And you know what? It's so crazy that a lot of people don't want to pay. They don't want to pay. They don't want to pay. They think you're supposed to keep giving. I gotta go research this. That's how I used to be like in college. I was like a research crazy. And I had so much information. I'm like, I just want to give. I'm telling people this, telling people that, And then once I started to see, I'm like, you know, so I'm telling them that thing. I started preserving it, holding it for myself. Now I can pick and choose, you know, who I want to put this on or who I want to see do well. So it came like that. But people really think you gonna do all the research and they not gonna pay you. You gonna go get your certification. You a massage therapist. You lymphatic massage. You all this, and you think you supposed to be coming to me after I done took my time. People don't read like that. You know, people don't obtain information today. Attention span so short, so it's like,
not to even cut you off.
Pay me.
Miss B, not to even cut you off.
No,
I'm going to tell you what was crazy about my come up dealing with real estate. How about during this time, I was on Drury Hill on the north side of town. And no doubt north. And shout out to the ATOs. and basically, I used to be around these brothers, giving them the game about tax delinquent houses. And this was during the time before the hedge fund company started getting into it real heavy. This was during the time they were selling properties like $50,000, $60,000 properties back like $1,500, $700, $1,000. And I was trying to get them to invest in it. Not so much as give me your money, I can even just show you how you go through the whole process. And so they wasn't patient enough for that. So now I'm not patient enough to listen to you talk on the phone about nothing. You know, unless you pay for that time, then I'll give you that information. But any other people who allow put it on my heart to get to, I give it to them freely.
That's what I say. Let the chips fly where they may, because when it come back around full circle, you're going to be able to dictate how you split that pie, who going to get a piece of that pie, and if I'm going to eat it by myself. But the kids, so you spoke on the kids, like what's your take on like educating your kids on, you know, giving them game? Are they receptive to like, Dad, don't nobody want to hear that? Or
to be honest with you, my daughter, shout out to her mom, Ebony.
Yeah, I saw them in college. What up, Ebony? And Carter.
So my oldest daughter, she had no choice but to really grabs and catch on to what we was giving. Her mom do business, her father do business. So she stuck in between. But what I do with them, I don't try to press this on them what I got going on. I just let them know that, you know, when you get to this certain level in life and what you want, it's gonna change. And when sometimes a job can't provide for you, does it mean that you can't have it?
Right.
Or does it mean you go get it yourself? Now
you
can go get it a legal way, or you can get it illegal way.
It's ways
for the
around
most
it.
part, yeah, exactly. If I have the keys to success to you to get it a legal way, and it's coming from your father, take advantage of that.
Right.
You know, and as they got older, including my son, as they got older, then they understood it because, like for my son, for example, when we do jobs now, I let him make the whole check now. It used to be a time I cut him in, I'm gonna pay you this hour and all that. So now I started letting him operate from a boss perspective. And he liked that. And I'm glad he liked that because now he got a taste in his mouth that, well, a job can't give me, I can get my damn self.
Right. That's what's up.
Yeah. But for the most part, with the kids, with the children, and we just talked about what the situations are in school and what's going on in the classroom. What we have to do, we have to double down on them when they come home. And I'm talking not double down with the same work they've been receiving from the teacher, things of that nature. Right. It's all good. You want to get that work and get out the way. Because A's and B's have nothing to do with $100 bills.
Right.
Yeah, because if they did, I wouldn't be in the position I'm in right now.
Trying to tell you.
Yeah, I got kicked out of school in 10th grade. You feel what I'm saying? So, I think a lot of that, when I had to go do time in the belly of the beast, that he had some angels inside the belly of the beast. Took care of brother. I thank God I had to, in doing that time in the penitentiary, it's so crazy because a lot of guys out like from our city, and them guys getting caught up in homosexual activities, fights, drugs, gambling, gangbang. Exactly. Guys who only got 3 years, now they don't turn 3 years to 20 years, things of that nature. And so for the most part, I spent that time studying, researching, and listening. And so children are receptive more to having fun and enjoying life at the age they're at.
Right.
But if you can find a unique way of putting work inside of it for themselves,
that's what I try to
do. Then they'll do it for a passion.
Yeah.
Like my son, for example, he know a lot about flipping houses. He haven't flipped a house yet, haven't bought one yet, anything whatsoever. But it's the simple fact that I can call him and ask him to, what type of a paper or get this information down. He can go right to it.
Right.
And every time he do something for me, I pay him every time. I may call home and say, hey, Ty, his name Ty too as well. Her name Ty too, my daughter.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a legacy I'm starting. But I can call him like, hey, Ty, I left my book. I left my book on the nightstand pertaining to life insurance. And I like, if you get a chance, man, can you put it up and put it in the living room for me and I come by and get it. And when I come by and get it, I leave $100 bill. And so you call me back like, Pop, there's some money on the table. Yeah, that's your money. And I'm like, what I did, Pop, now you got the book for me. So I'm letting him know that, when you make these moves, and it's easier to deal with him now. Because anything I ask him to do, even though he may think it's something behind it, but if it's not, it's just the fact of you don't know what he can do for you. Exactly. So
reward that behavior, baby.
Exactly.
I got that. Court got the armbands, and it's like that. She got them because that's her spending money for when we go out of town for her birthday and mine like next month. And man, when I tell you her cash up was going crazy. So her phone be in my back seat, and like she was at school in the cash up, people just getting armbands. So when she got that and looked at the cash up, she was like, I got $100. Now she trying to ask people like, she like, what? I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna ask my auntie, can I do this and do this? Like, so now she got that taste and she see that whole 100, but she got a piggy bank, and we done had it since she was little, and that thing, she put money in it. So I told her like, once you get that taste of having that little bit, you gonna want to keep doing it. Now your gears turning, you gonna figure out ways to do it. So I try to make sure I reward good behavior, because I'm telling you, my mama used to do us like that. When I used to come home, I used to always have A's. My mama gone soon as that's when Central Plaza, we'll go straight to the mall. What kind of shoes you want? What this one? And it fed me like, let's go harder and harder. So that's a good strategy right there. I don't know about getting her $100 every time. You know what I'm saying? But we'll make that work. So let me ask you, what long we got left? We just talking. Oh, we ain't even got that long left. Okay. Well, we got about 8-10 minutes. So let me ask you this now. You be posting about about women and men and you look. You know the ladies gotta ask. Okay.
What he be saying, B?
Be picking.
No.
Be picking, acting like a Pisces.
No, hold up. I thought they was lovers.
They are.
We are. Yeah, we are.
You know.
Right, somebody.
When they want to be. But you had your take, you know, and I want to touch on something you said, and you were saying like the peace aspect. You were saying a woman don't. What is it? I think you were saying what a woman don't need a man money, or a man don't need a woman for this, that. So what would she give him? You know, like what would a woman give?
To the table.
Yeah. So and I said peace.
I bring the table to the table.
Yeah.
So somebody asked you that free. Let's ask that. So if a man, he don't need your money, he don't need nothing that you got, real man. You know what I mean? So what is it that you bring to the table for him?
And also add this before you answer this.
Okay.
And say I don't want your sex as well.
Okay.
Say of course I want your sex, but say not all the time.
Okay.
I'm not focused on your sex.
Okay.
What do you bring to my table?
Okay. So you're a working man, right?
Right.
Everything starts with the mind, and if your mind is not right, nothing else follows.
Right.
So I can offer meditation. You're also a working man, and you're going to lift these heavy things and stuff like that. So my hands gonna be the hands that give you a massage. You feel me?
What's up?
So you might be hungry. I might cook one little dish. I ain't finna cook no
Thanksgiving
dinner. I might bake a little cake, one cookie or something. You know, that major. Not auntie, not grandma.
Yep.
But you finna eat a little something.
Right,
so
right.
That's what I'm gonna bring to the table.
That's cool.
And I'm gonna bring some dope ideas. Look, maybe we can flip this, plug this with this.
Yeah, that's even great.
Cause and I was glad you said it, because women do really need to know, like, a man do not want your money. Exactly. Like, a man got his own money.
A man.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So and that's
the dudes out here. They be like,
but you know something?
They in they soft boy era.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that, because actually, when I asked that question, you the only one who answered it. Yeah. If you realize, a lot of women liked it, but no one wanted to make a post about it, or nobody wanted to answer. And because they wasn't sure, because they hear so much stuff, and I can understand that. But for the most part of it, it is my job as a man to provide and protect. Mm-hmm. So you give me your money with a real man now. You give me your money, it's not doing me no good. It doesn't massage my ego. Right. It don't supposed to in that way. Mm-hmm. Now what's happening, we have a lot of our sisters who are dealing with little boys inside men body. Yeah, that's why he always got his hands stuck out. And a lot of them love to deal with them, because then they insecure. So it's like, now I got more than him. I can control him. I can do this. I can do that. I can get him a 3.5 and then make him do what I want to do. Me one. Look, it's a lot of women out there like that for real. Like, if I got more than him, and then, I'm going to go get me a little dummy boy, and I can play with him how I want, because I got more than him. I run the show, So and for the most part, like for me personally, why I need the peace personally, because when we go out here as black men outside our door, we fight with society in all type of ways, more ways than some women don't even know we doing it. And so the last place I want to come on to is to a fiery woman who's already mad and got to fight again round two. Because when I come home, I'm coming home to relax. And at the same time, when I come home to relax, it's for those things with my woman, what she just mentioned, the meditation. Things you just mentioned, giving me peace. Us putting together ideas on how we can get to the next level. And I think
we gotta fight against the world, baby. We gotta give together to go against the world.
Exactly. But the way our society is designed is to keep you and I separated. Right. Because it's more beneficial to the masses, as far as the powers that be, than when we're at odds with each other. They make a lot of money. Just think about this. Child support, back to the child support situation. A lot of our sisters are really suckered and bullied into putting their men on child support because they be needing financial aid in some ways. Only way welfare would get it to you when they give you the suggestion about child support. And to be honest with you, when a man and a woman makes a child, that is a private thing between you and that person. And so basically, and this is why it's part of the reason why it's easy to beat child support, because there's this thing called jurisdiction. In other words, when I filed a motion of jurisdiction towards child support, so-called court, it's basically letting you know that I am in control of myself, my entity, who I am. When I make this appearance, which is a special appearance, because we got to understand that the terms and the words they use are like witchcraft.
Right.
Just like a European sexual type of concept.
Yeah.
Now, even though the numbers are like this, 63% of white folks are on child support.
Yeah.
After them comes the Mexicans and I'm gonna mix it with Asians. That's at like 37%. We're at 15%, but with that 15% is so deep. Why is it so important past the 63 and 37? It's because we have the smaller ethnicity group out of all those groups. So we really need each other.
Right.
We really need each other. And for the most part of it is that the way we've been raised and our young men, I have to say this too, our young men are so emotional and feminine now because there's only one side of raising them.
Right.
Yeah, remember I said our children, man, are like sponges.
Right.
So if I'm soaking up every time in the house, and I come from a single parent home, but and I can remember the times, and I have a beautiful mom, a blessed mom, thank God. I can remember the times when she was mad at the guy she was dealing with. I can remember the time when I might see a new guy 6 months. Even what I love about my mom, me and my sister never got a chance to see what she actually had going on.
Right.
So, I praise mom for that. But, it's the simple fact, it's nevertheless that she had it going on.
Right.
And plus she's a beautiful woman. So I seen her ups and downs with me. And I seen how they made her feel, happy one day, mad one day. As a child, psychologically, as a boy, I take that on because I want to protect my mom.
Right.
So now when I enter the world, when I become an older man, not only if I'm looking for a woman, but you got to be a mama.
Right.
That's what these guys looking for. They looking for mamas.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, they looking for mamas to do sexual things with. I know that sound kind of niche and crazy, but that's the thing.
Right.
Yeah. They looking. And so a lot of women wondering why you can't do this? Why you take care of this? Why you talking about going 50-50? Why you can't pay this and all that? Because basically he's been raised to be a woman mentally, emotionally. And so, and what happens,
they want to be chased.
Exactly, conflict resolution.
Yeah.
When they come amongst other men. That's why they don't know how to talk amongst other men. That's why it's always pull the pistol out, do what they gonna do, because they got their emotional state from moms.
They're gonna take it to the street.
Exactly.
Where the men at?
Exactly.
That's like I see it, and I spoke on it to somebody, and they thought like I was trying to be funny when I was saying I work around the boys. This is what I have coming pretty much all of the boys, from every side of town, and I'm seeing it at such a level where they think that they do it at home, I'm pretty sure. So it's like they gonna come and they gonna come in here. Nobody's chastising them, nobody getting on them, no accountability. And I'm like, you see on the door, it say this every day. But they'll keep trying to push it because this is what they do at home. Like if I get crazy with my mama a little bit, she'll go and let it slide in.
Right.
And so they come in there with that same mentality.
Thing when I was in law enforcement.
Yeah.
Like that's one of the reasons why I'm grateful I got out of it.
I'm glad you did too.
Men, they don't respect. Well, I ain't gonna say men. Some guys don't respect women. So me being in law enforcement and me telling them to lock back.
Right.
That
right. See, and then I understand where you're coming from. See, that's the only time the male mechanism kick in for them.
Right.
At the wrong time.
Right.
And a lot of them are not used to discipline. That's why they don't like listen. So
especially coming from a woman.
Yeah.
Because that's why they was in this situation. They mama raised them, the daddy was gone.
Exactly.
So now they got somebody in a position telling them lock back, and I'm like, bro, my mama don't tell me. What you mean?
But that's how they be instantly. It's I got a boy put out right now. He can't come back to his mom. No, to his dad to come back. He can't come back to his dad to come back. And he don't have a female figure in his life. Right. And I think she left at an early age when she passed away. And so he has this thing where I don't care if I can just say, I call his name, I'm just using his name. I'll be like, Ty, put that ball down, man. Every time I say anything, that's what he do. I'm telling you, a girl. So I'm not fighting fire with fire. I always still stay calm with him because I'm knowing he had that missing out his life. So he don't even know how to approach, communicate
conduct himself,
with a female. So it's like I be watching him, and then one time I broke him down, came talk to him outside, and it was like, and then we had this like he cool, and he Avery. So we had this cool little vibe, and then it went back to that. So I just put him out literally like last week. It's every time I'm talking to him, he blowing up. And so they already don't like female authority. They not at home. The female is letting them slide with everything. Exactly. So now I say one thing, and then boom, boom, boom. Yeah. So I had to go and get him up out of because we was at a cool place. But then he went back to that, and I'm like, he don't have that at home at all. So when he see that, you tell him sit down, boy. It's like I don't have that. Like I don't have no female. So I don't gotta listen to you. I don't gotta do it. And I be looking like, man, and so many of them though.
It's so many. I mean,
it really is.
Yeah, I mean, because basically, like I said before, and this is why I like dealing with the topics that we're dealing with, and that's why I study and research it so much. Because believe it or not, they're all tied in together.
Yeah.
The child support situation is not so much to get any deadbeat father off child support. By the way, and if you're listening to if you listen to
say that one more time.
Deadbeat fathers do not work with you at all. You will not get information from me. And if you was to get the book, you would still need someone to teach you how to do it. Right. So it's not for you at all. But basically is that what happens that what I've been talking about on Facebook.
Right.
Our women see a lot of red flags. Men too as well. Because we get caught up with beauty.
Yeah.
Right.
On how you look. And a lot of women get caught up with lies.
Right.
Exactly. And for the main reason, that's why women wear makeup, and that's why men tell lies. And for the most part is that dealing with our women, they will see all the red flags they know. For example, using this, you got Pookie who stay in the projects. You stay in the projects too. So you see Pookie out on the corner every day kicking the bubble with his partners, however, smoking blunts, doing what he do. Alright. After so long, you start getting hot for Pookie. You think Pookie look good. You think Pookie dress fly. Pookie keep the new J's on. So next thing you know, you make a grown-up decision. You lay down with Pookie. Fast forward. Now you pregnant. Now you finding out now Pookie don't want to come around. Now you finding out that Pookie is not good with co-parenting. Now you find out that Pookie don't even got a job, don't even got money for real. You find out now Pookie sleeping on his mother's couch. So now you finding out that Pookie got like 6 more other children he don't even take care of. And now you gonna jump yourself in this boiling hot water with this guy. Now you're expecting a man to transform all of a sudden. When his mom already raised him to be who he gonna be. And so basically, once he gets to a certain age and a certain mindset, everything else is all about, if it ain't benefiting me, F it.
Yeah.
That's the mindset that our young guys, especially in their 20s, they walk around with. So it's like, you want me to be a good father, you want me to be in your life, things of this nature, but at the same time, you knew that you wasn't equally yoked with that person.
Amen. Amen.
And like I said, it's vice versa for men too as well. I may see a beautiful woman, I'm like, oh yeah, she look good, woo. And I get to talking to her. Now I'm at a level now where I don't care how fine you is, but when you get to talking and you turn me off, it's automatically a turn off.
Come on now.
It's automatically a turn off. And so basically what we have to do is stop thinking with our private parts. Man and woman. Exactly. And when we procreate, make sure you're procreating with somebody who wants something in life, because this means a lot. This DNA is going inside of you. Y'all are creating life. Your genetics, his genetics are missing.
And stays in you well after you created his life. So it's so crazy because it's so deep.
Yeah, it's
so deep. Free when you get ready to have this baby.
Man, listen.
I'm telling you, you see I've been sending you this.
You can quit sending that. I'm well beyond my
baby.
She 41.
I'm over. Like,
them women are.
I am in my prime. Ain't no baby coming out of here.
Them women, they having them, but just be careful.
Let me hold them.
Guess what though? But guess what? Your chances are greater than any other race out of women.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Her chance.
Yeah.
I know that she was 54. She had twins when she was 54. Like we really can keep this thing going. We the greatest.
We are.
It ends here.
You can have,
it ain't no little free.
You can have one at any time.
Little free now, big free, and then I'm gone.
But that spoke of those seriously, like watching, you know what I mean, those red flags. I always say I be around people, family, and then you can see however that dad is, that child is that apple ain't gonna fall too far.
Like
So you can watch their mama and see how their mama handling things. I dated a guy and his mama used to apologize to me because she was like, I didn't teach him this, and I'm sorry, and he don't know how to handle pressure, he don't know how to do this, and she would apologize, and I just be thinking to myself like, you know, I got to get out of here. And then when I did get out of there, she snapped on me. But you know, this whole time you're knowing you didn't raise it, you knew we wouldn't even equally. I knew we wouldn't, and I saw all the red flags from the day one.
Stepping back.
Yeah.
I want to say this before I forget to. I want to thank you. I want to thank you particularly too, B. For always supporting and having that energy you have. I want to thank you for me meeting you for the first time. I know of you. I think I do. Okay. Are you a Mahan?
Who?
Mahan, last name.
No.
You know it. We'll talk about that.
I know some Mahan.
Yeah. But you favor some of them anyway.
Okay.
All right.
They might be. Never know.
But for the most part, what I wanted to thank you about was that because regardless if you knew it or not, you always supported. I remember you came to my food truck in Norwood.
I sure did. Then yeah. Wait, yeah. I hosted who event that was? Janae event.
Yeah.
At 12th Avenue. Yeah, you sure did have that.
You got the fish.
Yep. Exactly. It was good too.
Soul Train Soul Food.
That's what I just ate.
Yeah. So I want to thank you for that.
For sure.
And the thing about it is that it's easy for me to seek success in people because it's a certain way how they carry themselves.
Right.
And it has nothing to do with business. Mm-hmm. See, if you can be successful amongst people just by being a people's person.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And I mean, not had to always go kick it with somebody and be with somebody.
Right.
But for the most part, it is when you are going through trials and tribulations in your life, you're able still to give good advice to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Or you're still able to go help somebody else.
Right.
The universe is listening. The universe is watching.
That's right.
And so you the same thing you put out there, you'll get right back in.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and for the most part, like when I met this sister, the minute that I sit down, you made me feel at ease. Okay. You know, and that's the beauty.
Free.
Exactly. That's the beauty and essence of
bring that
peace.
You gonna bring that piece to the home now. You gonna bring that piece to the home.
With that new baby.
Wait, hold on, man. The universe is listening. Did you just say that?
That's why
don't
you
say that no more. He ain't mean it.
But that's for sure. So you see success. Do you see success in us?
Of course I do.
Okay.
Of course I do. Of course I do. Because a lot of us, when we think about success, we're only thinking about like a monetary thing.
Right.
Exactly.
And that is so low. I'm gonna tell you something. I hustled out and did everything it is to do in the streets. Mm-hmm. From drugs all the way up to selling clothes, to selling CDs, things of this nature. I didn't start making the most money until I started having passion for what I was doing. Mm-hmm. And I'm talking about not having passion just to sell some CDs, not having passion to sell at that time a pound of weed and nothing like that.
Yeah.
It was more, I was happy to see the people I was dealing with. Right. We'll even get off into conversation away from the merchandise I'm selling about their personal lives. And I was interested on really giving them a solution or what we can come up with or what they need to do. And so when you operate in that manner, you know, money
That's what I always say. I always say, man, you sell them on the passion and they'll buy the product. You know what I mean? When you sell them with that passion, the product gonna fly the roof. Because I'm telling you with Instagram, like I said, I like Instagram. I done met so many people over there, out of state, out of country, like, and they just like, you know, I just looking at your videos for years, and they just buy them. Let me buy this, and all this. It don't even have nothing to do with these people, because it's an old lady. She bought some armbands. She was like, I know I won't wear these, but I'll give them away. But I just want to support you, so I've been watching you for years, and she literally been following me.
I'm gonna tell you how it's easy to see the success in you real good. Me and my mom was on Facebook the other day. I was over her house, and I was scrolling on my phone. So we scrolled by your picture, your video. We had a video, and you was just explaining. You know, you talking about the water. You in the car, and you like, you know, the hustle consists of, you know, not just the wet. I mean, I don't want to misquote.
I don't know which one it was.
You need to get a shirt made like that too, by the way, too.
What I said.
The grind just don't consist of.
The grind includes the weekend.
Yeah, it includes the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. So when my mom was watching her, you gave my mom the impression like you was in a whole nother damn state. Like, I'm like, well, who she is? What she saying? I'm like, no, mom, she stayed out here in Birmingham and all that. And that kind of, you know, exactly. Yeah. That's a different energy. When you get that energy through this, imagine being in person with you. Yeah. So you got to understand who you really is. You're a God. You know, not to step on nobody's toes or what they
Amen.
believe in, but I'm speaking the essence on who black people is. I say this all the time.
And we were made in his
Exactly. I was talking to a preacher,
Amen.
and me and the preacher was talking about that at the barbershop. So he know my concept when how I believe in things of that nature. You know that I say that I'm God. And so he was like, man, you know, that's blasphemy and all that and woo-doo-woo. So I asked him some question. I say, do you agree that all races come from each other? He said, yeah, I do. He like, well, who the oldest race? He said, black people the oldest race. I said, if we are the oldest race, who do we directly come from? And he said, you know something, I'm going to get back with you. No, you ain't got to get back with me because you know what the answer is.
But then you know something is like I learned, you know, like I said in college, I'm just information overload. Right. I just stopped talking because it get to a point where you know what you know, you learn what you learn, you've done the research, and you cannot put this information and force this information on people. They don't want to listen with an open mind. Right. They mind closed from the gate. So it's no way getting in there. Even if you say, here, I put this on you, go research it yourself. They not gonna do it because they mind already. They're not gonna be receptive to it because they mind closed. So
you're absolutely right.
I think anytime you giving anybody any type of information, you got to make it your own, like you said earlier,
right?
And you got to make it make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot you can give me a book and tell me to go research it, but sometimes being that you're so knowledgeable about it, you can break it down a little bit more to me. Mm-hmm. Like when you go to church, the preacher read from the Bible and he explain what those verses mean. Same thing, you give me a book and tell me to go read it, I can't receive it like I need it.
Right.
You know, depending on where you are mentally. That's right. Now, if I've never heard it before, then I need to hear what you tell me what you got to tell me, and then I'm gonna go read the book.
Right. Exactly.
So
exactly.
You
know something. I had very famous brother, Dr. Clyde Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Clyde Anderson, he write a lot of books, and he also worked at the White House, things of this nature, but he's like a historian for black people. Mm-hmm. But I bought a book of his called Power Economics. Y'all get a chance, y'all read it. It's a great book. And Power Economics, I had bought this book from him. He had did a seminar like in Boston. So I was getting the book from him, I'm finna pay for the book. The book was $30. So I said, I gave him a 30, so he grabbed my hand. He said, brother, he just grabbed my hand out of everybody, when I was walking up the line, he grabbed my hand. He said, brother, read this book because it's going to benefit you for real.
Right.
And because I was around some white people too, he was like, it's going to benefit you for real. Mm. He said, the reason I want you to read this book is I want you to think of it like this. He said, I want you to think about it like this. You either just got me paid $30 more, which I'm going to make a lot of $30 across the country like you told me, millions of dollars in 30s. He said, you either got me paid or you bought yourself a situation where you finna get paid. Mm. He said, if you don't read that book, then you know to yourself that you got me paid and you got something.
Yeah.
Exactly. The information y'all give, put it to the people like that.
Yeah, it's how you put it out.
Yeah.
Cause like just yesterday, my sister called me. She had company. Her husband had company over to their house, and she was like, "How much you charge for massages?" So I was telling her, and so she was like, "Yeah, I was telling them they need to come to yoga class." And the guy was instantly like, yoga. She was like, yeah, you gonna be flexible. I'm like, no, don't tell him that. Right. I would never tell a man that you're gonna be flexible by coming to my yoga class. Put it behind my ear.
Exactly.
I would never tell a guy, now to get his interest, I'll be like, if sometimes you come a little bit too quick, or if you go to the bathroom a little bit too frequently, exactly. You might want to come work on your pelvic floor. I can help you, and your old lady gonna be happy.
Exactly.
When you keep doing this, it's gonna make you last
that
longer.
Approach
whatever.
Matters.
How you get to them.
Yeah.
So I just can't go to no man and be like,
gotta customize that approach, baby.
I need your legs back.
That matter. I say that far, just like how we talk to men. Like if you got your husband, I think I said this to somebody, or no, I think I posted it on my Instagram, and it's like if I need help with something, and I'm telling my husband I need to talk, and now he's like, oh, he finna go in his shell, with her crazy, instead of me saying, like, baby, I need you to help me with something, and do this for me or something like that. So now I come to him in that way, pour him some of, give him a little massage, talk to him down, see what his day was, don't say nothing about me, and now I can slide him into what I need. It's all about the approach.
And 9 times out of 10, you're going to be successful wherever you're trying to slide to him.
Yeah.
Because me being a man the same way, it all depends on how you deliver towards me, because basically what it is, this is the power of the black woman. It's the simple fact that what we want to do, we want everything to be structured just right. You want to have God, man, woman, child. A lot what we're seeing right now is just woman, child, and God, if I believe in me every now and then. Usually a lot of people don't believe in God until some happens.
Right.
Sad to say, but it's true. But when you want to get anything out of your man, when you even want to come down an argument, it's all about how y'all approach it.
Yeah.
Because one thing about it, you have the power. Because everything that we do it for you guys. When I flex, it's for my women.
Okay.
When I go get sharp, it's for my women. When I go get this bread, it's for my women.
Okay.
Because it's not, with a real man again.
Where
I'm going to say
He on the way.
I'm gonna
I
say
thought
that.
I called him. He gotta lose.
He on the way finna put one up in you.
No, hold
A real man.
Universe listen.
You want to have a baby. Look, you do want to have a baby with a real man. When you get this real man, he put one up in
why
you.
we can't have a baby business? What about that?
You're right. You're going to be the baby business.
Let's birth this business. This $1 billion
when a
business.
real man come along and put one up in you,
paper.
it's gonna pan out.
Yeah.
It's gonna feel
No.
right.
Yeah, and it's going to feel right,
That's
too.
not-
Exactly.
That's not what I want, man.
One thing you don't want to be having these children. I was in this situation. Me and my baby mother growing up. We want to start procreating these children in horrible times. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, is that when you procreate, you wanna pick your mate and check everything out about them besides physically.
Right.
We can understand he can be handsome, look good, however. That's all good, but that's minute to what you're really looking for.
Right,
You need to see what type of thinker he is.
Right.
You need to see how rational he may
I
be.
need him to communicate with me effectively, especially if we're having an issue. Talk to me about what's going on.
Exactly. You
Don't
control that.
shut down.
Exactly. You control that. Like
Yeah.
the way she just put that, Miss B, if you come in that sense and form that she's like, trust me, you would get
Every time.
Every time.
I know, because
You can't lose.
you can't lose with it. And you know who told me that? An older man, an old man. He told me that. He said it ain't never about confrontation or conflict like that. He said you just come to your man the right way and you can get anything you want. And I threw that massage in there. You throw put a little hands in
Man,
there.
look.
Mercy.
Hey,
Hold up.
grab the hand.
Don't light the incense.
Look.
Hold up. Don't put on no
A hand
music.
massage
Hold
will take you a
up.
long way.
We finna go on set this vibe real quick.
Listen.
Lo-fi music on, no words. We just finna go on flow.
I'm telling you, try the pride and try the ego too, ladies.
Please.
Like stroke and learn how to stroke people's ego.
I don't
Learn
mind
how to
saying, look,
stroke
I
the
was
ego.
wrong. Now, can you please listen to me?
Yeah.
Like, I don't mind. Like, I was wrong. Let's talk about it.
And I say that to men, men listen to you and women.
Yeah.
Because we got this thing where if you come off wrong, we'll get caught up with the same energy. See, it's all about energy.
Yeah.
This is why you're given a God-given power as far as how you treat people outside of you and how you treat yourself within inside. Because what's inside of you, what you're about to put out, go infect somebody.
Right.
That is a God-given power.
That's right.
Yeah. So basically, if you come off in a way where I settle down, I listen, we're both calm. Now we're having a rational conversation. Now we're trying to come up with a solution.
Right.
And so basically, if we don't even get to the solution, it's good that you still planted the seed there.
Right.
And guess what I do? When I do come to my senses, I say, you know what, baby? Because when I get to thinking about this, and this just for the man since we're grown, I go to thinking about, I don't need her to hold the coochie away from me. I don't need her to stop kicking for me.
Right,
I don't need her
right.
to be mad at me.
Right.
So
I
guess
need
what
a
I do?
massage.
Exactly. I want a massage.
Right.
So this, what I do, I come in the bedroom and say, hey, babe, you know something? Yeah, you was right about this.
Compromise.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Check this out. But the only thing
look.
I was saying was like,
Right.
then you like, nah, I understand where you come from. But
That.
Exactly.
That
So
part.
guess what I have done? I have made it a bit longer with my queen, whereas I ain't got to worry about the coochie being with her.
Right.
Me. I ain't got to worry about not getting my massages.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And eating.
And then when she
gonna
feels
eat.
better, exactly, because when you cook, when you
Right.
feeling good, go out murder. That's energy from us men.
Yeah.
Exactly. So,
it definitely works all together. It's a machine. You know what I mean? That relationship is a machine. They gotta be well oiled. You gotta well oil that man and get that man what he need, and he gotta get her what she need in order for it to circulate. So when it really compromise is key.
Right.
And the older I got, and it's like no pride, no ego for real. Like when you drop your pride and your ego, you get so much further in life itself. But you drop your pride and your ego in a relationship, and you come to somebody and say you was wrong. Look at you, somebody. You know, don't drop that pride and ego in a relationship,
and that's true though, because a lot of women. You know, I'm gonna tell you what me and Kiss themselves doing. And I used to do this. In my past relationships. Sometimes you'll catch yourself apologizing for something you didn't even start.
Me?
And it's okay.
Yeah. I just did.
Okay. Exactly.
Like, why would I say that?
And usually you do that is because you're trying to keep down.
Exactly. But you got some men that don't even know how to accept that though, and will still be pressing the gas while you trying to. Hey, I'm. And women don't normally apologize. So when you do got a woman that apologize, you gotta apologize.
Exactly. Like especially if I feel like I need somebody in my life.
Right.
Like it's a reason why you're here. It's a reason why you're here. It's a reason why we're together.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So if I wanted you in my space, then I'm gonna make a safe space to where I'm gonna say I'm wrong. You know, I've done it before. Like with you, be like, B, I was having women issues, or just give me a minute, let me calm down, or something like that. I'll be back. You know how we. You know.
You're absolutely right. I had something my father taught me, and it went a long way with me. And I remember when I was married at the time to the sister, which is my son's mother. We're no longer married, but she's a beautiful sister. Shout out to Danielle. She cool. You know, we had our ups and downs, but I used to argue with this lady. So one day, my dad was on the phone with me, like, "Who you arguing with?" I'm like, "Man, I'm arguing with this bro about this."
No.
So when I got a chance to get over to his house, he said, "Hey son, I want to tell you something straight up." He said, "Never catch yourself arguing with people or even foolish people." He said, because what they'll do is pull you down to their level and they're gonna beat your ass with experience.
Right.
So I had to watch on how I respond.
Right.
You know, sometimes silence is the best answer.
I'm trying to tell you.
Man, silence will say more for you than you can probably say anything verbally.
Girl got the clap down packed down. and I say silence is a skill set. I had a cousin, and shout out to Shonda.
I got a question about silence, but go off.
And she taught me for real. Like I would kill you with some silence. She used to be like that, and she was our older cousin on my daddy's side. Shout out to Shonda from the north side down there, 24 sippy coke that came up down there.
Sippy coke, no doubt.
Yeah. My great grandma was a can lady over there. Grandma, I used to be over there. And so man, we get mad at her. It's like she knew it wasn't her loud. She was our oldest cousin. She had to cook for us. She could paint my nails, do all that. So shit, we'll get mad. I'll be like, well, don't say nothing to me. I'm little now. You know, I got that attitude already. So I'm like, don't say nothing to me. She be like, don't say nothing to you. Okay.
Yeah.
And she would give us a side of treatment for this weekend, next weekend. And I had to come to her and I'd be like, you know, I'm sorry, Shonda, like, you know what I mean? And she used to do that. So it's like early on, that's why I learned that you just preserving yourself. Like, don't. I don't care what it is. Don't defend your character. We could say like, she did that. And she would never say nothing. Right. And she used to even get whipping with stitching cords and she wouldn't even cry. Like, she was just silent. And I'm used to be looking at her like, okay, so that silence, like, that's what's gonna get her.
Hold up.
So I walk away from you quick.
I don't know if we supposed to speak about this on air or not. But the post, the diss post about Smash Bros.
We don't need to speak on that.
We go.
Hey, let me tell you something about me. I'm gonna tell you something about me.
I already know about you.
I'm gonna tell you
I already know. I'm already healed.
You don't know. I used to be. My mouth is a weapon. And I know.
I don't know that.
Look, because you don't know, because you ain't experienced it.
I'm up, but look, I get the energy.
And sometimes
I already know.
I still say, you know what I mean? I can appreciate the person I was and stuff like that. It takes my mom to say, like, Brittany had changed.
Right.
Because it's like, I'm still her. Right. You know what I mean? I embrace where I come from and who I used to be. That's what made me who I am. You know, not wanting to be this way. But it's still in me. Don't do that. Yeah. Like, I was about to get rid of.
I get it. And it's cool, you know, because when it comes to publicity, a lot of people don't get recognized until it's negative.
That's right.
That's true.
That's right.
And then that's when other people gonna go looking. Wait, who this is?
Yeah, so
I bet they went
licking.
Licking. It's okay because you know you've been pushing Smash Bros. We appreciate you, man. I done had my head down grinding so long to where I like. If I don't get naturally free out there, and they ain't gonna get, and it's barely out there. But
you out there.
Nah, not yet.
Keep working.
Now hold it. But for real though, like I mean, just take it for what it. I almost shared it, you know.
And but I'm glad you said that. You said
we still #1 internet radio station in Alabama.
Right,
Smash Bros. Radio.
Yeah.
Quit playing, ho.
Get connected, stay connected, baby. and then it's the whole thing is like. Overall, man, I was just looking at everybody from Smash Bros. You don't mind? We just talking.
I got a family reunion meeting, but that's why I've been taking.
But Smash Bros, like I was just licking. I'm licking like, man, you always got on. I think I told Rebby like you always got on some type of black on, some clothing brand in the city. Yeah. I'm looking at Shay. Shay coming to Shay been to everybody events, pop up shops, cut. They pull up at these showcases and all type of stuff. Like we everywhere, rap DJing for these people. If they need me to host, you know what I'm saying? Might cause you look, might cause you lie, but it might cause you look because you down with Smash Bros. You play something, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm looking at that support. Like nobody can't never say Smash Bros. Don't support. Like I'm talking about everybody from we an umbrella full of people, entrepreneurs. Everybody got their own thing going on, and every time I turn around, they supporting somebody. You supporting somebody. I'm watching it, so it's like don't do. That's what really made me like. We really support the street.
It don't even matter.
And I was about to get ready to go out. I was about to go out
because we still gonna do what we do. You like we were saying earlier, you don't fight fire with fire.
I know.
I just went ahead and plugged us in. We still the #1 internet radio station. Don't play with us.
I was heated by that.
I know.
That didn't sit well.
I know.
Let me ask y'all a question. Not to get into y'all business.
No, you can.
Let me ask you this right here. So is this another podcast who tripping or individual?
No, it was an artist. An artist. He made a diss track. Basically dissing people who supposed to not be who they are.
Right.
Basically, we ain't who we are. Other people ain't who they.
What y'all supposed to do? Got them a contract with Universal or something? Like that?
That's what they want.
Probably so.
These rappers divas. They a lot of divas. You know what I'm saying? They entitled. They entitled.
And that's what it is. They do be entitled. A lot of them be entitled.
Yeah, they be entitled. They don't share nobody's stuff. Don't support nobody. Then when they rapping, everybody supposed to support you, share your stuff and all this. Nah, where you are?
They want us to run them up.
You know what I mean? And so it is what it is.
Yeah, and to some of y'all rappers out there, man, we need some electricians and things like that.
I need my demolition man. And I need some foundation work done on my house.
I ain't got to come get some demolition man. Run you through a bill. So give us some social medias, what you got coming up, how we can look forward to anything you got coming up.
Well, basically what I got coming up, like I said before, dealing with the whole life insurance, dealing with the child support pamphlet on how to beat child support, dealing with the whole life insurance,
LLC.
Yeah, LLC, exactly. If you want to reach me through my email, that'll be Premier Impressions, Premier Impressions 23@gmail.com. Okay. And basically what I got coming up, man, is giving more information out to the people. And if you can catch me at the right time in the right place, sometimes, like I said, everything is not about a charge, not at all, because it ain't about money with me.
That's right.
It's all about if I know that you're if you're more focused on what I'm saying, what I'm telling you, and you really want to know, then I'll give you some jewels.
That's
you know what I'm saying? I'll give you some jewels won't even be in the book. So
everything free ain't free.
Yeah, but for the most part, I'm all about networking.
Right.
Because that's what we got to do more. We got to network more.
True.
And sometimes what happens is we become gatekeepers ourselves because, for example, I may know somebody who's trying to get into the podcasting game. Mm-hmm. Now, instead of me just, turning them over to Smash Bros and telling them, well, get with them, be an intern or something for me. Right. Instead I tell them like, well, check this out, bro.
All you got to do.
Yeah, all you got to do. Somebody tell you all you got to do.
All you got to do.
Ain't that's when it go right. All you got to do. That would send me to the penitentiary. All we got to do.
Right here, running regions real quick when it got.
Don't put the card. Don't Don't put the car in park. Leave it and drive.
Exactly. So what it is, man, we got to play our role with each other. Mm-hmm. And you know, like for example, when it comes to podcasting, when it comes to radio, you know, why won't I turn somebody on to you? Because of what? You know, and if I don't, that says a lot about me personally.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because one thing about it, see, what I don't want to happen for you, I'm going to tell you, the universe is strange about doing this. What I don't want to happen for you, I make it happen for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's how strong the universe listens to all of us.
That's what I tell a lot of deadbeat fathers. They focus so much on their daddy not being, and you become who you hate or what you hate. You know what I mean? So that's what they do. They focus their energy in.
Exactly. You become who you hate, man. You know, but for the most part, you know, people gonna do their thing, man. And I always understand this. You know, in your line of business, pertaining to podcasting and radio, you know, is that whatever type of flack y'all get, or whatever type of hate it may be, that is always publicity.
True.
For situations like this.
Yeah,
you'll fuel this.
Right.
Because now, if I was to see that beef going on, that diss track, guess what I'm gonna do? I need to go see who Smash Bros is.
Right, exactly.
And then next thing you know, I catch myself trying to find some BS, and next thing you know, I'm like, oh man, that's a tight topic though.
Right,
Let
right.
me go deep. See?
Because that's why I put number one internet radio station in Alabama. And then I put it from my personal page. So now you finna see on Sundays I go live before we even go live on the Smash Bros page.
Exactly.
You finna see I do yoga. You finna see I do massages. Like you ain't finna see no hate on my page because I don't get in.
Exactly.
So
And that's it for the most part, man. Like for all my church people, that is the true meaning of no weapon should form or prosper. You know what I'm saying? Because before it form and prosper against me, you'll add more on to me before you even get to that point.
Right.
Whereas with me and I'm dealing with Ty, this is not Smash Bros. But no weapon formed against me shall not prosper because I'm coming with a bigger gun. I can just act like it is.
Yeah.
But for the most part, is that no doubt. It's just and I mean that in not so much in a fearful way or hurting way with my people.
Yeah, we definitely know. Yeah, let's make it.
It's just that it's just some fact that when you got things going on, you know, people gonna talk, people gonna get mad, people need someone to blame because accountability is not just something dealing with pertaining to a woman on what she don't want to own up to, but we got the same little guys.
Come on now.
They don't want to own up to. A lot of them don't want to own up to being mean.
Right.
Yeah, that's why it's easy to play the role they play. You know what I'm saying? Because that's why you catch a lot of them running in groups and packages. Not because these my homeboys, we down with each other. It's because you have a lot of guys who won't own up to accountability. You gotta own the guys who don't want to own up to responsibility.
That's right.
Exactly, because when you separate yourself, now all this fall on you. And if you don't have a strong, rational mind of being a man, you'll fold and break and get emotional like a woman, sad women.
Right.
Because of the women's I see now, thank God for y'all, such as yourselves. It's like y'all get into it, handling business. You know what I'm saying? Y'all handling business. That'll even be great for you anyway when you have your child. Because I'm gonna tell you the reason why.
Universe, close your ears.
I'm gonna tell you the reason why.
No, sir. Wait.
I'm gonna tell you the reason why.
Yeah, we listen to this now.
I'm gonna tell you the reason why.
Advice about your baby.
When you was young, or twins, twins, y'all.
Come on, lift your head up and get this game now, free. Come on. All right, come on, man. Come on now. What we got?
Y'all remember when we was younger and we used to play little games we used to play in school or with our lady friends or with our male friends. And we used, especially women do this a lot. They always talk about, how they want their baby to look, how they want their baby to live back in the days. Now that we're grown, we're actually living the lives we're living. Imagine if you was to conceive a baby.
I can't imagine. I can't imagine it.
Imagine the baby you have now. That baby will be indoctrinated genetically, DNA-wise, and mentally on what you know now. True. You're a beautiful sister now, handling business and moving forward.
Yeah.
If you get a child in that type mission, that rolls off on that child. Look, usually children we see come from situations where they're sad because they come from sad situations.
Right.
Yeah. When you're in the mindset that you're operating in now, you'll create the best twins we ever seen.
Know better, do better.
Yeah. It went see y'all.
Whatever you don't want, God give it to you double.
I don't want it back.
There you go, B.
Time.
What?
They gonna
You know
finish
what?
you 2 times.
Anyways, we
But-
sure can't take information.
You got Instagram. What you got? Instagram.
I'm on Instagram. It's Tyrone Caver.
Okay.
I'm also on Facebook. It's Tyrone Caver. I don't mind giving out my personal number because this number is to be used. If you're gonna call me dealing with a personal matter, there's no charge whatsoever. Anybody who may have depressed thoughts, going through a deep depression, I don't mind talking to you, and I don't care how long it takes for me to talk to you. There's no charge whatsoever. You can reach me on my phone number. It's 205 area code 720-9053. Anything pertaining to insurance, child support, real estate, you can hit me up and I can give you the prices and fees of different minutes we may talk. Besides that, if you have a true heart and you do want to know something, you do want to expand in life when it comes to business or just being a better person, I don't mind giving you the game at all.
Amen.
Oh.
What you got for on free?
Hey, this Tuesday. Every Tuesday at 5 p.m. 5504 First Avenue North. Come stretch with free.
Yeah.
Drop-in classes are $15. I have first time clients where you can get $50 for the entire month. Well, each Tuesday in the month. And then I got massage specials going on. So if you want to know the number, you're going to have to message me. I ain't going to tell you online. Nah.
You talking about your phone number?
No.
Oh, you said the number. If you want to know the number, I thought you said phone.
The number of my massage. How much? The ticket.
Oh, okay.
The ticket
Price,
on
yeah.
it.
Clarify that. I thought
Yeah, because I've been a therapist for a year now.
Okay,
It was a
congratulations.
year. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Don't
What
be
a
so clever.
clap.
Mike, you need to get that number out to that new baby father of yours.
He better. Look, I got a business page.
I
It's
know
naturally
that.
free. It's business.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, massage specials going on all the way up until April the 18th.
Hey.
Yeah.
Avery season, baby.
Yeah.
Avery season. We lit.
What you got for him, B?
Avery season. I'm just lit, baby. Look.
Lit, no doubt.
Y'all make sure y'all get the 1186 Real Artesian Water. I am your Birmingham brand ambassador, the best water that money can buy. We got some stuff coming up too. I'm gonna be in a couple grocery stores. I got my table, I got my tablecloth, I got my band. I'm finna get some signs. They ordered me. I got me some more shirts coming. Shout out to Toya, shout out to Mr. Forge, my whole 1186 family,
I
man.
want one.
Yeah.
I'm official. I think they're gonna put them back on the site. They put them
Okay.
back on the site, then I get you. They doing them directly that they give me because I'm gonna have like little collar, little crew, little shirt. I'm official, baby. You know what I mean? So shout out to them because man, Mr. Forge really believe in me. He watched me for like a whole year promote, and it was like, people like, how you got to do just consistency? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Consistency is key.
Shout out
man.
to you, because that's why I'm where I am now.
I appreciate it, man. I gotta try to do what I can,
Yeah.
be the change. So I just want to say shout out to 1186, and then I got an event that got canceled. Miss Farmer, it was gonna be a wellness event. She got to reschedule that. She had something going on with her back. So prayers to you, Miss Farmer. But it was a lot of people looking forward to that too. And so I got the date coming up on that, and I got something else, but I can't remember. But and I did some the other day too. I just got some stuff that I'm working on. I don't want to be putting that out there. Yeah,
I feel
let it dry a little bit.
Let
But
it dry,
I
yeah.
appreciate y'all. I got a new price list coming out too. Prices
I
motivation.
need the prices because
And some new
I might need
services.
you again one day at the Cake and Sip. Shout out to you. You righteously rocked the crowd.
Hey, that thing was
at the
swinging, and I
Cake
seen
and
them
Sip.
videos. I said,
yeah, it was lit.
Shout out to you
It was
because
lit.
I had to let you warm me up because I ain't, what I'm saying? I'm like the crowd, I ain't
Man,
really know.
listen,
But you
I
had-
already know. I'm finna throw you in there.
Yeah, you
Go
did.
far, B.
Hail
She
Mary.
said, "Go far, B." Hail Mary.
Look,
That's what I'm doing.
it was the bottom of the fall, but you had,
Yeah.
but yeah, I appreciate that because I was like, get the mic you did. Somebody else been like, hell nah, you do it, you host. And I was like, I'm shy in real life.
I'm
People don't
gonna
know.
pick it up first. Hey.
Yeah,
I'm pick it up, then I'm
yeah, and then we ran it back with Nancy Soul
Yeah.
Food. So that was
ran it back.
Yeah, we
shout
had-
out to Tammy. Shout out
Yeah,
to Princess
yeah.
and with your all.
Yo, and appreciate that, man. Appreciate that for the
It's
that
all
assist.
love.
So,
I need
yeah.
that price list.
Cause
So
the people in
if I
there.
need you,
Yeah.
No doubt.
Let me know. But yeah, that's it, man. Book BrittanyCPrice@gmail.com, man. Y'all know how hoes. You need somebody to marry you. I'm an ordinary minister, speaker. Got them some more books on the way. Like, we just working, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Stay connected. Get connected with the #1 internet radio show in Alabama. Smash Bros Radio. Thank you for coming through the building, Mr. Cable.
I thank y'all for having me, too.
Live and direct, baby.
No doubt.
We out.
Y'all go
Peace.
shut a lie. Be free.
We just been in here talking.